Pa-pa-para-pa, pa-pa-para-pa, pa-pa-para-pa. 2 litri, 2 litri anche per te.
You're probably not hearing Pasquale, but he is insulting me. He is wishing for the return of fascism. He said that where there was him in power, the situation was better. Train always arrived in time, and also there were no more swamps. He also said that okay, I agree with you with this, Pasquale. He said that Napoli is gonna win this year's Scudetto. He said for sure this is a certain thing you should put your money on this. No, never put your money on anything. But this is a certainty. San Gennaro said these words. Napoli will be winning 2026 Scudetto.
Thank you.
So yes,
Thank you for
his
for
words,
keeping
not mine.
them entertained. Now you
Yes,
can
no
shut the
worries,
fuck up.
no worries. Hello and welcome in this new episode of DueLitri Live.
Hello, everybody. So we finally did.
Today has,
We managed.
yes, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's the wrong hour. It's the wrong day, but we are here. Persistent, tired.
It's never the wrong time.
Right, it's never the wrong time, unless it is the wrong time. Okay, today we are tired. We don't want to do this. We want to go to sleep. We want to play Clash Royale.
Yeah.
A lot. So we're going to be quick, very quick. We know a lot about being quick. We are champions on being quick. So we will
quick.
try and do this the quickest way possible.
Yes.
So microphone is on. I am too loud. I am a little bit too loud. Can you please talk a little bit?
Okay. Yes. Of course. I'm gonna introduce a few of the topics.
Oh, nice. Okay. You go. I will just adjust the
So
volumes.
we have a couple declaration. I think we'll start and we'll finish with two quotes. One better than the other, I would have to say. Both
Yes.
taken out of context, but got quite popular across the socials. Then we have a great phenomenon of Tradwifes, which you will explain everything about.
Oh, you give me Tradwifes. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Then we have a great announcement from the Trump administration and the White House on Instagram around prescription drugs, and we'll see actually what they announced and if it's true or not. Then some great news from China, lovely news, which again you will inform us about.
Okay.
And
Thank you for the topic you are choosing to give me.
yeah, no worries. And then we have lovely news from France, where a guy was beaten to death.
Nice.
In Germany, some new laws around labor, and we'll end it with the other quote. So
That seems a fun episode.
yeah, we can think we can manage.
Yes.
Would you like to start with the first 15 topics, and then I'll do
Oh, you
whatever is
do.
left?
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. One moment. Sorry. I'm just gonna try and
No worries.
better the view. No, I don't know. You fucking choose. It's it's one topic each. So wanna start? You wanna start? Or I start? It's the same thing
Yeah.
for me.
I can start. I can
You can
start.
start.
That's fine.
Okay, I will be showing what needs to be shown. They are seeing what they need to be seeing.
Oh, our beautiful Robert Francis Kennedy Jr. Quite a controversial figure, I think. I've seen many clips of him on the social. Uh, Interesting. I'll keep it interesting. So, what did he say? Really, first off, he said, "I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats." Again, I'm not
Che
scared of a
uomo.
germ. I used to snort cocaine off of the toilet seats. This is an actual quote from our lovely Kennedy Jr., who is the actual USA Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Who
That
is?
is
You said right?
factual.
Yes, okay.
Who is an actual fact. So obviously the word sparked quite a controversy and a debate
For
around
the
him.
right reason, I think.
Yeah,
For a good reason.
but for what reasons? Because we need to give a little bit more context. So First of all, this was said on a podcast, so it wasn't like an interview, like it wasn't a release at the White House, with Theo Von.
Yes,
So
this
quite
is the
famous
podcast, the famous podcast by Theo Von. It's very
this
famous
past weekend.
on the more right, let's say,
Yeah,
party society in the USA. This is the pastor, very famous actually. He is not very too
yeah.
much of a radical guy actually, but it's
No,
a fucking
he's
podcast.
quite
Okay,
he's
it's
really
nothing.
funny. He just says quite unhinged stuff. So it's just an actual funny thing. So it wasn't in a completely informal context. And in that episode, he was talking about his long history of kind of addiction and recovery, especially how he handled kind of continuing recovery without like throughout the whole kind of COVID-19 situation. Um, and actually, I think we should mention the full quote. So, kind of the longer version of the remark. He explained why he continued going to in-person recovery meetings, even though it was not advised during the pandemic. And it says like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to a meeting every day. I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off of a toilet seats, and I know this disease will kill me if I don't treat it. It's just bad for my life.
Disease
So
means
actually,
addiction. Okay, not COVID
yeah,
in this case.
yeah. So actually, I think, while like reading out the full quote, it makes a lot of sense, and I don't find it that well, possibly you wouldn't want to say that so publicly if you are in a you know that kind of public position. Um, but again, I don't think that it was treated fairly as a news, but like social never do. Um, so kind of, yeah, the expanded version gives definitely more context, and I think it wouldn't have caught so much interest if it was treated fairly. Well, I mean,
Oh well, it's
so I have a quick question for you
yes. Go on,
regarding this,
please.
which is, when public officials speak this casually, does it make them more human or like less credible? Do you think that him, admitting to his problems and his addiction and his kind of troubled past, does that make him more human, more likable, or less credible as a public figure and as kind of a leader in kind of
Um,
an important position?
I don't think it's. I think the point of all these let's so-called scandal, call it this way, is just his figure. I don't think I've always appreciated the fact of politicians trying to be closer to the normal class. Let's call it normal. So I think it's something I appreciate, and the situation is a very common social media trying to destroy you for any reason possible. Yes, that's it. There's not a deeper or more important things to look behind all this. Okay, it's not something
Yeah,
big. Okay, it's just the same old thing. Oh yeah, social media. You are a public figure. Haters will find everything they can to
yeah,
hate on you. They will always try and find something, and it's important what we try to do to go a little bit deeper in information, because as you
yeah,
said, the moment you start doing some research, you understand, oh, he did not fucking saying this on a White House
no,
conference. He said this on a fucking podcast on the web, a very informal place, talking
yeah,
about something totally different that is not about his job. He was talking about his life, and it's a positive thing because he let you say, oh yes, we're all human beings. We go through different path in life, and it's always good to to hear someone else's story, okay, and
yeah,
this as well as another story, okay. Uh, the spark came because he is actually right now a very controversial figure in the topic of vaccines, in the topic of medicine. So that's the point. We try to make everything bad because the person is in some way bad,
hmm,
okay, and that's it. That's the same. That's the story. It's social media bullshit, like
yeah,
everything we
like
fucking we
all,
fucking see usually treat in this channel.
yeah, like
And
everything being against the Melonian
yes,
world,
it's
and everything happening in Italy being connected.
yes, it's
Like, I don't
made
think we'll treat the news about um,
because
the
nobody
person that was in
analyzes.
contact with
Yes,
Musk. that
Oh
run
yes,
over
that
somebody,
we,
and then they
we wanted,
posted,
yes,
they reported the news.
we
They
avoided
reported the
to
news,
put that in the
putting a
episode.
picture of him with Meloni, which makes no sense.
It's
But yeah,
but
it's
that's
just
that's
everything.
our lovely friend Il Post. No, La Stampa. Sorry, Il Post. What the fuck? They're not at this level. But yes, that's the kind of thing that, oh yes, try representing someone bad. It can always be bad in every situation. You fucking hug a fucking puppy, you will be sure they will find something bad about him hugging a puppy. So yeah, this topic I think is concluded. I think maybe do you have a different opinion on public figures or
No,
being more open? Okay, no,
no, I think
less
um,
formal than more open. Let's say this. It's better.
no, I think it definitely is better because it helps communication.
Yeah.
It makes them feel closer to the population, and it's just, if you speak the language of the population, then you can communicate and you can actually have a conversation, which is always good, right? That's what we try to have here. um
Yes,
so
it's
yeah.
important. Okay, first topic gone. 13 minutes, more or less. How much? A bit more, but we were quick. We were quick. We were quick. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, drinking also. Yeah, sorry. So nice. Thank you, Santana, for sponsoring this video. I will be waiting for my money. Um,
Thank you,
okay,
Fila, for sponsoring this video. I will be
Figa.
waiting for my clothes.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, now, next topic. Next topic. Let's wait 1 second just to try and show our visual learner friends something. It's this one. Oh, it's already there. Sorry. Here it is. And let's also go for the vertical, guys. Okay, next topic is Tradwifes. Tradwifes. Have you ever heard of the term Tradwifes? Have you ever seen a Tradwifes?
No.
I actually have, actually, because I sometimes happen to me on social media to see these things. But Tradwifes stands for traditional wives, and this is a social media driven lifestyle trend where, let's say, women present themselves as embracing a more traditional gender role, okay, especially inside a marriage or a family life, okay.
Okay.
Uh, the core principle of this is those women that emphasize content as like staying at home rather than working outside. Okay, home cooking, cooking from scratch, cleaning, childcare, supporting the husband who is the breadwinner, who is the one bringing money, and then they support modesty, femininity, and a domestic order. Let's say following an aesthetic more like in the 50s. I don't know if you have ever seen some on Instagrams. Yes, this style here, this aesthetic right here, very
No,
1950
the aesthetic.
USA.
Yeah, aesthetic, I know.
Yes, imagine
That's
this,
my
but
kind of
real.
aesthetic. I wish I was a housewife in the 50s.
You wish you were an housewife in the 50s. Okay, that's information. Let's say it's information. So this is most than everything social media uh, content. This is where this trend got big. Let's say, and actually they have quite a lot of following. So, what they say, what they support is that this lifestyle is a personal choice. It's a rejection of the hustle culture and burnout, and a way to fulfill true family and domestic life, and the form of empowerment through a different kind of femininity, different from the from what feminist movements want to show, want the woman to be, and say they are. They also clearly say that for this reason they are not anti-feminist. Okay, they have just a different view of what femininity means. That's simple. Of course, like everything, there are some controversial things about this fact because, first of all, they are showing a way of life on social media where there are people watching them. Okay, so there are some worries. For example, economic independence. Of course, uh, they know because they are social media. But for people that do not have social media entrance, being dependent on your husband is a problem of independence. Is a problem of having your own salary. So it's the thing. Of course, aesthetic on social media is not a problem because what you're seeing on social media is something, but what you are not seeing behind the scenes is something else. For example, exhaustion, unpaid labor, financial vulnerability, and all the thing I said before of doing this without, for example, having a social media account that counts million and million of views. Okay, And then there is this political undertone because, of course, a lot of these persons, people, women, let's call them these, let's say, present to a very traditional right-wing way of seeing the world. Okay, more. I'm not saying nostalgic because it's not a word I like, but a very old-styled vision of the gender roles. That's what they, of course, promote. So this is what they are. They are with some benefits. The benefits, the positive point is that it's a personal choice. Okay, you can't ignore that it's a personal choice. That is something. If you want to live your life that way, you can live your life that way with no problems. Okay, that's the main positive thing. Okay, then there is the other part. Okay, promoting some principles that are let's say against all the work made by civil rights movements on gender equality, promoting older style gender hierarchy where the male is the leader of the family, bringing bread home, and the woman is the one staying home, taking care of the family. These two aspects are both important and are both to take in consideration. Okay, that's it. But the main problem is that they are showing this on social media, and the
Yeah.
accusation are for this reason in the majority. Okay, because other than being a let's say personal reason, that you can make other people think that that is a better way of living. And social media is also that we can say the
Yeah,
same
it's a
things
marketing
for.
place. It's a
Yes, you can say the same. You can have the same topic. You can say you can have the same thesis even with other topics. So
yeah, of
I don't know.
course.
Dan, do you wanna look at the Factanza post?
I think we can quickly go through it.
Okay, okay. You are now seeing on screen the
Yes.
Factanza post about this trend. Let's call it trend. Is something that happened in the last years actually on social media, and the title is, as always, uh, "Pushing women to go back to being housewives is the last frontier of capitalism." That's
Always capitalism.
it's always capitalism. Here they are explaining. This is, by the way, the one you are seeing the picture, a very famous influencer of this trend. In here, they're simply just showing and saying what the fuck we're talking about. This is the domestication of the femininity. Okay, the normal role. Here, okay, they're actually saying something interesting here. Then, when feminism started to uh, put in discussion the role of the women in the family, it started to change because not only now they could go to work, but the role inside the family of the women of the woman did not change. So it was like a double job. Okay, they
Hmm.
came the point where a woman, yes, could go to work, could do everything a man can do, but the situation inside the family remained the same. Okay, and it's something that maybe in some places can be still seen today. Okay,
Yes.
yes, it talks about this aesthetic of this type of women. Okay, it's just describing the fact. This is the negative part. Like always, it can promote a very rigid, solid, rigid more than solid. It's more negative. Gender roles, okay, and religious nationalism. It's a strange word. Uh, yes, the aesthetic. Yes, the message is not political, but it shows you something that works, something that is how things should be done. You know, I could say the same thing for a lot of other topics. And there is the fact now that the monastic model with a big family, okay, and yes, this says that this is something that is very popular because in the Occidental world the nativity rate is lowering, and this is where the phrase is said. Yeah.
Trying to see what they're trying to get at, because they go, oh, this is the figure, and it's like a social, and they're making it kind of pleasant and aesthetic, and look simple. and
Mm,
that connects it. That
I
means that the
yes,
soft aesthetic connects with this
yes,
this
connections in
usually connects with this three principle that do not really match with the beginning of Tradwives. And now it connects again the topic that it, because it's a beautiful image, then it makes it desirable to make more children. the and
yeah,
now it makes a step from having more children to that
to
it's not
more
cultural,
children,
but
more workforce. Uh, Less workforce. Workforce means less consumers, and less consumers mean less capacity to grow. So this is capitalist interest. That's the point.
yeah, but also
But yeah,
also I'll give you one up. Less people, less employees, less supply of work. That means that the buyer of work, which would be the employers, have less bargaining power. So salary would go up actually.
yes. Also,
So
actually, but the fact that it talks about the black square, it says because
right.
capitalism does not sell products, sells lifestyles, okay, way of living, to solve that should solve the problem.
Yep.
And that's a very strange view on the topic. I don't really see the connection here, but it's a factanza post, so there is probably no connection, just words put together for reasons. Because
Yeah,
promoting a good
it's
family,
very
it's also multiplying yourself is how the human race will go on in this world, and the nativity problem is actually an important issue that the Occidental world have. So
yeah, but
it's
like
stupid.
I genuinely don't see the connection. Is like
No, there's no connection, Pasquale.
nothing within this post is connected. I think the Treadwife image and the whole situation, and let's call it like issue, not necessarily that it is one, but um yeah, I think that is an interesting topic, and I think what they managed to do in this post is ridiculous.
Yes, because there are, as we said before, some interesting negative points to analyze, but
Mhm.
this is not one of those.
Yeah.
Later they start to, for example, who is earning from all this stuff? Of course, digital platform, but you are posting yourself on a digital platform, so
Mhm.
interesting way. Lifestyle brand, of course, how may brand making using social media for revenue. Wow, strange. The patriarchal system, yes, in a way, yes. It's of course, if the woman stays home, it's a more modern, traditional way of seeing the wife, the woman
Mhm.
figure, but it's also a personal choice. What the fuck? I cannot, in the same way as I cannot make my, for example, wife stay home cooking, I cannot do the opposite. I cannot make my wife go out if you want to stay fucking inside and cook. It's it's fucking personal choice. At this point,
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
of
like
course.
that feminism is a full agreed system. Okay, and there are some that okay agree. I want
No,
to
but
be
I
a woman.
mean,
I wanna stay outside all day. I wanna work. I don't wanna take care of the family. And there are other individuals that wanna do that. I'm not saying women because also men can do that. And it's
yeah, no, exactly. That like feminism isn't a thing that women should not be in the home with the children cooking for. It's women should have a choice to do whatever the fuck they want,
this is
just
not
like
very
men have a choice or should have a choice to do whatever the fuck they want. In the sense that if there is a couple and then they want to like go and work for a year and support the other, while the other one stays home, take care of the house, and then fucking switch the next year, and the other one is like stays home, and then the other one works, and then it's just like they want to go on like that forever. Like, well, if they can do it, then why the fuck not? They can. If one, if the husband is the one that's gonna, it's like stay home and take care of the family, take care of the household because the woman has a better job career, has a better income, and she can better take care of the financial stuff, whilst the man is more than willing to take care of the household. Well, why the fuck not? So why the fuck should not like a tread wife? What's the issue with that? If it is their personal choice, I don't think they're trying to um, create a trend to to necessarily go in a specific direction, like towards right, towards the more religious, towards the more um,
you
old
know
style. It can also just be a choice.
yes, but also imagine if the first thing you said was true. They were trying to, let's say, show up their lifestyle. Try a lot of people to copy their lifestyle, copy their
Hmm.
ideas. That's social media communication.
Yeah.
That's that's the basic of social media. Trying to be, try
So
to start a trend, try to
no, it's
make other
just selling
people,
yourself.
yeah, selling yourself, selling your products, selling your way of life. That is what the fuck, what all the fucking fitness influencer, what are we talking about? They should be, I don't know what they want. They want squadrons back. I don't know what to say in English. They promote a masculine way of living. It's no, they're promoting fitness. If you want to see a masculine way of living, you can see that. Uh,
Hmm.
but that's social media. It's and for the fact that feminism is not I'm sorry, feminism is everybody, every woman should be able to do the fuck they want, like male can. In a way, some feminism see this going back to or wanting to be a more traditional figure as something negative. There's very much
Yeah.
this point of view. Very,
Yeah.
you are caring for your children in the house. Oh, you are ruining all these years of work. Not really. No, no, she is just making a choice different than yours. Then I
Yeah.
was just scrolling through the comments. And yes, there's a lot of, for example, this, non mi avrete mai, ma come si fa? I don't know who the fuck is saying that you should do it. Nobody, but it's for posts like this that the situation gets worse. And this is always
Yeah.
the same polarization topic we're gonna discuss every fucking day.
Yeah. I mean, we actually are.
But it's a very strange post because it talks about a lot of stuff. Uh, the conflict between salary job, I think it's the right word, and housekeeping is not solved. But who the fuck tried to solve this problem? It was not their intention to solve this problem.
Yeah. No, indeed.
I don't get it.
But I don't
Um,
understand. I don't understand in what way the domestic job should be, you know,
I don't know, Pascal. I don't know. I don't.
compensated. So like right here, there is like a conflict between the compensated work, I guess the work that you're actually paid to, the when you sign a contract for it, right? And domestic work, which is uncompensated. And I don't understand where and when somebody said that you will get paid to love someone and to make
No, it was
children
not sad. It was
and
not sad.
to have a house and to keep care of your house and like this whole makes no fucking sense. Nothing in there make fucking sense. And there is 20,000 likes on this post. um
How many followers does Factanza has? Oh, 1.1 million. 1.1 million.
yeah,
But they
yeah,
are
I
the good
mean,
ones.
yeah, they're of course
Can I
the good
puke
ones.
after I will clean? Sintetica ed efficace.
Ma veramente.
Estremamente sono in disaccordo. Pier Silverio. So a good point here. There's no fucking connection. Okay, so this was a topic. I got a little question for you. Um, no, I don't think we have question. We just answered everything because I had two questions, but we just answered those very during this conversation. So
Simply.
I
So
am I am very good with it. So drinking and then let's stop it.
yeah, I have to refill my bottle as well.
Fucking already.
Yes,
You're a
entertain
fast.
them in the
You are
meantime.
very fast sucker, my friend. Very fast.
Thank you,
Very
thank you. I
fast. Very
appreciate it.
fast. Okay, let's go big or go home. My mom is better. You're probably not hearing Pasquale, but he is insulting me. He is wishing for the return of fascism. He said then where there was him in power, the situation was better. Train always arrived in time, and also there were no more swamps. He also said that oh, okay, I agree with you with this, Pasquale. He said that Napoli is gonna win this year's Scudetto.
He said, for sure, this is a certain thing. You should put your money on this. No, never put your money on anything. But this is a certainty. San Gennaro said these words. Napoli will be winning 2026 Scudetto.
Thank you.
So yes,
Thank you for
his
for
words, not
continuing
mine.
them entertained. Now you
Yes,
can
no
shut the
worries,
fuck up.
no worries. Okay, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Could
okay,
you pull
okay.
up the post?
I pull up the fuck I want, and when the fuck I want to, I pull the post, Pasquale.
Okay.
The post has been
So
pulled.
yeah. So I would like to start by reading first the caption of the post, which is President Trump is achieving a goal that no politician has ever delivered to the American people: make prescription drug prices affordable again. So first of all, let's clap our hands for our lovely President Donald Trump, which achieved this great
I
goal.
clap my fucking balls for him.
It continues with find your medicine via trumpyx.gov. So very interesting. The fact that you can go and buy the prescriptions over there, right? I think it's like, oh, it made prescription medicine more affordable throughout the country, right? Let's check. Let's check this. Um, so as we said, as we've just seen in a recent post made by the White House official Instagram, just on Monday, just yesterday actually, fresh news. I was very surprised when I came across this. They announced that they have solved the price problem with prescription drugs in the U.S. A little side note: the problem is in the prescription drug market and system and the medical system in itself. Okay, making them affordable again for the people. Well, they didn't actually, did they?
No, they
Um,
did not.
the claim shared by the White House is mainly linked to a new initiative called Trump RX. Okay, what is Trump RX? It's not even an online pharmacy. It
Sorry.
only directs you to somebody that actually sells it. It's kind of a government-backed website that is promoted by Donald Trump and the administration, designed to help American access discounted prices in limited medication. So um, it's like creating a website where you go and link all the discounts from Gucci, from all sort of brands, and you just post it, and you're like, oh, we made luxury brands affordable. Like no politicians ever did this. Um, with all different sources. It makes no sense. So how it works in simple terms, just that it acts as a process counter referral platform. It just directs you and just the user to participating pharmacies, manufacturer offering direct discounts, and coupon style price reduction. The discounts rely on voluntary agreements with pharmaceutical companies. Voluntary.
Voluntary, yes.
In other words, the government does not regulate the prices, but just help the consumers find kind of a low price option. So to kind of find where it's cheapest and how you can get it for the cheapest available. What it does, it just offers reduced prices for some specific drugs, focusing indeed only on certain categories that very interesting to see, like fertility and some high profile medication, some weight loss medications. All right, very interesting, and it helps uninsured or underinsured patients in particular cases. This is interesting. Maybe I'll go look deeper into the specific. We'll come back to it. Um, what it does not lower prices across the healthcare system. It did
No.
not make it cheaper. It did not make it affordable again. It does not how insurance and companies co-pays and all the kind of system works. It does not regulate or cap the pricing nationally, so the pricing is still completely on the hands of the companies that make them, which is the issue to begin with. um, so yeah, pretty much yeah, drugs are just so significantly more expensive in the U.S. because there is no regulation on the
Okay.
actual prices. Just like in Europe, kind of most countries do intervene and make set price caps for
Yes,
medications.
negotiate with the companies, let's say. Have a
Yeah,
negotiation.
indeed, indeed. Um, which mm,
Don't worry.
So another key factor is that the federal government is limited in its ability to negotiate price, particularly for a large public program like Medicare. In many countries, the state negotiated directly with drug companies on behalf of all the citizen. Um, in the U.S., price fragmentation across private insurance employers and intermediaries, which weaken bargaining power. So everybody is kind of negotiating for themselves. All the little groups, all the little hospitals, pretty sure.
The insurance
Uh,
companies, those
yeah.
guys.
So they indeed don't have bargaining power. Whilst like Europe acting as one, that is a huge market, and so they have a huge amount of bargaining power with this big pharma. Um, so another major role is also played by pharmacy benefits manager. So they're middlemen who negotiate discounts between drug manufacturer and insurers. So while they're supposed to kind of lower costs, their pricing system is often opaque, kind of a gray area, and savings do not always reach the patients. In some cases, the system can even incentivize higher list prices. Um,
Nice.
Again, kind of brokers were talking about this before. Is like if there's a lot of middlemen and a capitalist society where everybody needs to make their profit, everybody needs to make their cut. Usually, whoever is at the end of it is worse off. So finally, high drug prices are justified kind of by companies through research and development cost, of course. But critics point out that Americans often end up subsidizing innovation for the rest of the world, which is actually true because they pay and they fund most of it, where the same drugs are sold at much lower prices due to regulation. So why are we in a situation where politicians consistently and constantly lie and they're not punished? Nobody
You know,
says anything. It's like
uh,
the White House. I think if you go right now on the Instagram of the White House and we scroll through the, a few posts, we will possibly find a good 70% rate of absolute bullshit.
okay.
But yeah, just
You want me to answer
what
the
do you think?
question? I don't fucking
Yeah,
know. I don't fucking know. Because we don't have that kind of power. Probably they're in a situation where they have that much fucking power that they don't fucking care anymore. it's it's simply that I really don't know.
it's
And
crazy. It's like
who will punish? Okay, who will punish them? Who will? Who will fucking punish Donald Trump? Nobody. So yes,
the International Court of Justice.
yay, yay, yay. Yes, so strong. Good liar, good liar. Nice work. So yes, they will just fucking lie, and I hope this U.S. mandate will end quickly, possibly with the death of somebody. Not saying names. Yes, I hope there will be elections. He's an old dude. I'm not saying violent that age problems. Happily in his bed with his bitch, not a minor this time. And no, 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 I know. Allegedly, of course, I'm not.
Yeah.
Allegedly, of course, we are just speculating. I don't fucking know. This is the example. This is the opposite example of the making politicians more human. This is the negative part of
Yeah.
it. They are losing credibility, and this is the credibility I talk about in this case. Okay, if you're fucking president, just tweet this bullshit, the literal lie, because
Yeah, but
this is a very short text, by the way. In a very big text, you can hide something a lie better. Okay, you can hide it better, but this is like three rows. It's all bullshit in
yeah,
three
yeah, they
rows.
didn't even try.
It's okay. I am
Yeah,
sorry
but it's
for the
but it's
citizens
more
of the
like,
USA.
oh yeah, we made the medicine affordable. Click the link in this bio to go find
Yeah,
your
it's like fucking
discounted
bitches with
prescription.
OnlyFans. My God, it's like
Yeah, it's
fucking
like click the link in bio
description.
and put D Daddy Donald code for your 20% discount, uh, and he probably gets some money off of it. There's no way it's
Oh,
just like, oh
yes,
yeah,
for
he's
sure.
voluntarily offering
It's
discounts.
no. Also, yeah, of course, we did not talk about it because we just we
Imagine.
allegedly, of course, we just winked a little bit when you said voluntarily offered discounts, but that word means nothing because there are probably some agreement made with this company for doing this. Okay, and yes, it's we will see in the future what happens, what turns out, because yeah, for sure, big pharma companies did not do this for nothing.
No.
So yeah, okay, that's it. So, yeah, the solution to give something positive, to give some positive influence is should be like in the rest of the world, the U.S. fucking government putting a cap on the price of medicines. Okay, it's very simple. They should start getting involved. They should start negotiating for their fucking people. Very simple. But probably even there are different interests. You know, who the fuck knows? Allegedly, there are interests that the big pharma says, "Oh, don't put a word on my work, and we will give you XXX." I don't know what, but that's the point because there is no clear reason why a government as strong as the U.S. is not putting its power on trying to put a cap on the price and do the best thing for the citizen. The only reason is that because they earn something back. Very simple. It's like everything. It's economy.
Well, they
It's
obviously
it's a trade.
lobby. They probably lobbied most politics, most
Yes, it's
politicians, so to push them not to go in that direction.
yes, of course. So, what's the point?
Okay.
Okay, drinking,
So yeah,
drinking.
this was all. Yeah, sorry. This was all with our lovely Trump.
Yes, this was about the post. We did a little view for the poor Americans that can buy a fucking M15 but cannot buy a fucking inhaler. Probably the M15 costs less than the fucking inhaler.
They definitely can get their hands on Ritalin and other shit
Yes,
though.
it's
You go to an intake, and then they're like, yeah, yeah, you have ADHD. Take these amphetamines.
yeah, that's another big problem. That's another. Oh fuck it. Okay, now next is a topic from a country we never discussed in this place. I think. Paquito, Paquito, don't do this to me. We don't need to get banned.
My bad, joking, joking. My gosh.
I'm hearing shouting. I don't know what the fuck is shouting in my palace. Okay. No, no. So next topic you are seeing here, we go to China, where it's an interesting story. The news is, as you can read on this BBC article, China executes. Don't look at the publicity here. There's this. I don't know if we talk about China. There's this guy here. It's a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm tired. Sorry.
let's
God.
let's cut the
I got
bit
I got
here.
caught by surprise. I really wasn't expecting it. After
Interesting,
the little
interesting. It's interesting.
musical introduction, I wasn't expecting this. Okay.
Okay, so this is the news. China executes 11 members of Myanmar scam mafia. And the first thing that comes to mind is, what the fuck is a scam mafia?
Yes.
Because we're, we're lucky that we don't know what the fuck is a scam mafia. So I'll give you a little bit of context now. So this is a criminal organization network involved to operate mainly in border regions between Myanmar and Thailand. Okay, in areas that are only partially controlled by the central government. Okay, and in these zones there are scam operations that are often embedded and protected with militias or controlled by semi-autonomous territories. Okay, they control these territories. They are autonomous. They are controlled by criminals, militia. It's a strange word. Where there are these, let's say, armed group that directly
protect these type of activities. And what are these type of activities? Well, there are literal scam centers that, of course, present themselves as legitimate companies like call center, tech firms, online investment platforms. But of course, their sole purpose is to run a large-scale online fraud. Okay, for example, romance scams, fake crypto investments, and phishing schemes to target victims worldwide. The interesting things in this is that not only the crime they commit is scamming people, but also there are sayings, there are confirmed news that the people working inside these places are not there for their will. Okay, they are most times forced labor. It's human trafficking. It's human kidnapping, and all these very nice things. And after that, after they are kidnapped, they are forced to work in this place to scam people. It's interesting, and
That's fucking crazy.
it's fucking crazy. Yes, it's believe it a fucking lucky
Is this
word.
common? Yeah,
This
I was
this
like, is this
factanza
like
complaining
common
with.
knowledge?
Sorry.
Is this common knowledge? The fact that these places exist?
It's common knowledge. Yes, it's acknowledged by a lot of people, not by the guys of factanza that thinks that trade wives are the problem. Where in a
Yeah,
world where literal people being kidnapped and made scam other people, if not they will be tortured or beaten up. So interesting.
the Black Mirror episode.
Yes. Yes, and the response, let's say, go back to the title, where China, in response, has launched an aggressive crackdown on transactional scam networks. Because in the past week, Chinese court sentenced these 10 individuals identified not as the laborer, so the people who were working inside, but these were key organizers and leaders responsible for these large-scale scams. Okay, so the executions are part of a broader campaign Beijing has intensified over recent years, aimed to deter, let's say, cybercrime, signaling a zero tolerance domestically, of course, and pressuring also neighbor countries to cooperate in these operations. Because, as I said, China is very aware of this because a lot of Chinese people have been scammed for millions of euros for this stuff. Okay, it's not that they just want the good of the world, but because a lot of the victims of this center are in China. Okay,
Yeah,
so of course these executions moved and sparked international criticism, particularly from, of course, human rights groups. Okay, um, but of course China has its own rules. If this is legal, this is legal. Very simple. Okay,
yeah, man. There is
and
there
they
is
want to.
capital death also
Yes.
in the
Okay.
U.S.
So yeah, you said correctly. So yes, do you think that this is a good way to not to prevent things because I don't want to start a conversation
Send a
on
message.
I don't want to no I don't want to start a conversation on that penalty. Don't want to do it tonight. It's not we are not in the condition to do that tonight. But I
No.
would like to talk to you about do you think because there's a factor of this China intervene in something that is not happening in its territory. Okay, they put a lot of value, they put a lot of pressure on these neighboring countries to help them doing this shit. Do you
Yeah.
think this is something fair to do? This type of collaboration, is this fair to do? This collaboration. I don't know how much volunteer those other countries were, but
Uh,
in the same time, there were areas in their state borders that were totally in the hand of criminals. So I don't
yeah.
know. It's
Well, I think if we're talking about that reality, the reality in which like there's people that are forced to work and to scam people, and these places are well pretty much it's like organized crime, right? So it's like it is an actual mafia. Um, I don't see it being too extreme to want to counter in a equally fucking devastating manner. I think it's correct to collaborate with other countries. I think it helps to have multiple intelligence to kind of if you're on in the same line and if everybody benefits from it. Well, I think it's more than fair. Then if you pose the question of okay, how voluntarily was it, and how much were they pressured by China to intervene as well and to allow for this? Well, then I don't know. But I don't view it as something negative
no, me
as
neither. Me
a
neither.
or
Actually, it's
operation or organization. I think it's good.
that's it. Yes, if
of course, the news from China has to always be taken
Yeah,
lightly, okay, in a way. But every news
yeah,
today has to be taken lightly. So there's not a lot of difference.
yeah,
Uh, but I think yes, they are in a situation where they are dealing with mm, countries that are not very developed in a way we think of developed. Because if we think, for example, myself in Italy, our neighboring countries are France, fucking Switzerland, Slovenia, very, let's say, progressive and good structured countries. Okay, there is a communication, there is a way to communicate. If you're in a situation in where your neighbor are fucking Malaysia, Myanmar, sorry, Malaysia, I don't fucking remember which one. I will fucking
yeah. Well,
check immediately. Yes, Myanmar, sorry.
Thailand.
Myanmar and Thailand, yes, in the border. In this situation, it's what the fuck do you do? You have to act. You have to impose in a way your strength and do something. I think they did the right thing.
Yeah,
if after that also they freed all the people working in this place or part of this, it's it's good. Okay, it's
yeah. I
a
mean, if
positive thing.
they took them all to be prisoners and they'll be enslaved, that might
Yes,
not be
hope not.
yeah, no, that would be wrong. But only knowing the facts and taking this as facts and only looking at the facts, I think this is all good.
Yes, they did what they had to do. You know, criminal organization, you in a way need to punish this type of behavior, because if you the state, I mean, with you don't act, who the fuck is gonna act? Okay, nobody.
Yeah,
It's your role to act and protect your citizen. Okay, even if you're China. Okay, that's the point.
yeah,
That's the fucking point. And we don't talk
that
about that
wouldn't be.
penalty. We don't want to discuss that, as I said.
Yes.
But that's it. If the
Yeah,
law says it's good, it's good.
yeah. I mean, like you wouldn't question it. Like if you take out China, you just put the U.S. or you would put Norway. Uh,
Mm.
it wouldn't be you know weird news. You wouldn't doubt it. You wouldn't second question it.
Maybe, I don't fucking know. Maybe yes, in this period, in this time frame, but yes,
Mm,
it's criminals doing criminal shit that are being punished for doing that criminal shit.
yeah.
That's the law.
Well,
That's the world we live in. Okay, so next topic, a little
well,
drinking and a
next
little
topic.
clapping.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe if you have something else to say about this, you are free to do so.
No, 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 not really. I
Okay,
think
nice.
I think we've already said everything. We can go to the worst of the worst of the worst country ever.
Oh,
The most hated country in Europe, possibly the most hated country. No, that's not true. No, it's either Israel or the US.
yes.
But for a long time, France was at the top of the most hated countries for many, many reasons. And we are going today in the French land, where, as the title reads, Antifa
Okay,
mob
good.
beats men to death at protest against hard left French politician, with footage showing gang attacking victims as they lie on the ground as murder open. So there is quite a few information in there.
I'm seeing that fucking
Uh,
Daily Mail as some pop-up problem.
yes,
What the
I
fuck?
I didn't I didn't have it. I didn't have it so bad. Luckily, you can hardly read the news, but
Yes,
I'll
it's
tell you
fine.
a bit
It's fine.
about what
It
happened.
tells a lot about the online journal situation, by the way.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
nice.
Very fucking crazy, actually.
Yes, go ahead. Tell
However,
us.
yeah. So first off, I want to start that kind of giving a bit of context, like always. As in, kind of in recent years, in Lyon,
Lyon.
um, like several other kind of major cities in France, have been marked by kind of a growing politician and political polarization, like we were saying like before. So there's like a lot and recurring street tensions. Um, I'm pretty sure that Lyon has been um, quite a tense and active in like crime. Like I'm pretty sure there were like a lot of stabbings and a lot of tension in the past years as well. Um, so these tensions are also not only in the city, but in a broader national scope, actually. There is more social unrest, a lot of protest, clashes between just radical groups, both on the left and on the right. I would say far left and far right. Informal networks, often described under the label Antifa, operate loosely in this environment, particularly during demonstrations, though the term itself does not refer to a centralized organization. I think this is kind of important. Um, so French authorities have repeatedly warned about the risk posed by political radicalization and violence outside institutional politics. And against this backdrop, a fatal incident in Lyon has drawn national attention. Indeed, a man was killed in an attack that investigators are currently examining, with alleged links to far left militant circles. And again, alleged links. Everything is still being investigated. There are quite uh, graphic videos of what happened. According to early reporting, obviously, and at this stage, responsibility has not been definitively established, and judicial authorities have stressed that the investigation is ongoing. What is clear is that the killing has intensified public debate around political violence and the use of ideological labels and the kind of difficulty of addressing loosely structured extremist network that operate without formal leadership and clear membership. In the sense that Antifa not being an actual
Hmm.
organization with an actual place and an actual structure, then you cannot recognize its members and the directions, and it poses a great and quite a high public risk. It can, obviously, depending on the cases and the participants of that specific protest, I would say. The response from the French government has focused, obviously, and mainly on condemning the violence without any ambiguity. Emmanuel Macron reiterated that political disagreement can never justify killing, emphasizing the state's responsibility to protect public order and democratic norm. Violence, wherever it comes from, is a betrayal of the republic. The case has since become part of a wider conversation in France about democracies confront extremism while preserving civil liberties and the rule of law. Kind of how to balance um, the public security versus the freedom of protest and freedom of speech. That's something that we are now seeing as a struggle so easily, right? With the
Yes,
new
actually,
protests and the
yes.
new security um, decreto law that
Law, yes,
that
law.
has passed. Yeah. Um, so indeed, this is something that has tragically happened in Lyon not long ago, and is being indeed connected to the Antifa and to the far left. But it's something, and there's situations that we're seeing all across the world, that we're seeing in the U.S. definitely.
Yes, with the
Um,
lice thing, yes.
yeah.
We see a lot of comments, a
Um,
lot of.
where protests turn violent and there is a debate on one side or the other on how should you handle that situation. So this is kind of what happened in France, and I just would like to hear, had you heard anything about it, or
Actually, apart from the news, no, I really haven't heard of it in the, let's say, more modern, more traditional news department. I
yeah,
haven't
the
heard a
news
lot of
channel.
things. Yes, news
Hmm.
channels. I've seen it online these days, of course, the news. But no,
Hmm.
I haven't heard a lot. You know, left
Okay. And
protesters being a little bit violent. Yes, that's not new information.
no, of course, I think we're seeing a lot more violence coming out of the far left lately. I think a lot of attacks comes from the far left. A lot of assassination attempts come from the far left. A lot of instances in the Netherlands specifically,
Okay,
I know as well. But obviously, not trying to say that the left
it's not left, of
is the
course.
violent one or anything. I'm just stating
No,
kind
individual
of been seeing.
responsibility is always
Yeah,
important.
exactly,
Individual responsibilities. It's not a group. It's an individual that did the
exactly,
act, that did the thing. Of course, it's not something shared.
exactly.
But
And
no, I
this
think
is
also there's
just
go go.
quickly
Sorry.
connects. So sorry, I'm just going to ask you the question because it connects to it, and that you can answer fully. It's more like, do you think it's fair to attribute, just as you're saying, like about individual responsibility? Is it fair to attribute the killing to the Antifa as a movement?
Uh, well, legally speaking, no, the killing is to be sentenced to the responsible or responsibles of the killing. But of course, we cannot unsee the fact that these people were part of these uh, radical left groups. So in a way, no, because they were those ideas that they follow are part of uh, a specific and recognized group in a sense that you said before. They don't have a leader, they don't have a real group or party style, let's say political party style, they don't have it. But you cannot unseen the fact that Antifa is a reality, okay?
Hmm.
So, in a way, those ideas that made them kill a person, if shared by other individuals, can bring those other individuals to do the same thing, okay? So that this doesn't mean legal punishment for those people, for people being part of Antifa, but keeping the situation under a very close notice. Let's say keeping a very big and wide open eye on those people, because lately mm, there is very risk of radicalization in the more left parties. Yes.
Nice.
Also, Antifa is also, let's say, declared a terrorist group in the U.S. I don't remember if you already mentioned it, but
No, I have
it's
not. I think it's very interesting to look it up. I think maybe you can just quickly look up Antifa just on Google and just gives you the definition and how I was actually born as a thing. And I think it was born in 2016 with the election of Trump. You know, so
it's
uh,
we said last time, the finding the perfect enemy and putting yourself in the opposite of that
yeah,
enemy, and yeah, it's all good. The thing you do is all good. Yes, this is the Antifa page. Yes.
and it just yeah, it tells you a bit kind of how in the like they were born and what purpose they have, what they
Yes,
kind
in
of stand for.
okay.
I don't see it though.
Sorry. Oh yes, you're not seeing though. Yes, I'm stupid. You're gonna see it now. Okay, you should be seeing it now. Yes, Antifa is just as a story. It's from the German language. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a collective. It's an anti-fascist international collective of extreme left, and it's a spontaneous network. Yes, these are not politically involved people, persons, activists. Let's
Just
say those are
translate
activists.
the page in English.
You're right. You're right.
It's like literally Wikipedia, like the
You're right. I was just translating by myself, but
yeah, no.
okay. No, these. Of course, they are. No, this is not what I want to. This is not the same article. What the fuck?
This is not the same. Go down. This is curious. This is very curious. What?
There
It
was
doesn't exist.
in Italian. There was in Italian, but not in English.
Oh, here. No anti-fascism.
No,
Here
it's
in
it's it's
Germany,
more or less the same. It's more or less the same. Come on.
yeah. Okay, that's crazy.
The point is, yes, it's a group of people that, as the name says, they are against fascism. They fight fascism. But these
Yeah.
people are activists. They are not involved politically. They are not involved in anything. And
Yes.
the world we live, to fight a battle, you fight it with politics, not a real battle. That's the point.
That's
That's what
yeah.
is
That's
worrying.
that's the
This is
yeah.
not a group where the political discussion happens. This is a group that wants to be outside political discussion. And like always, I just said this thing, but I said last time, you find your enemy, you put your enemy very clear, they put it in the name, fascism, negative stuff, everybody knows fascism is negative.
Against negative
You
stuff.
and you put yourself against it, so you must be the good one, boys. There's nothing. Everything you do is for a good reason.
Yes,
Not
of
always,
course.
not always. And this
No,
is
yeah, indeed.
it's
Indeed.
interesting that there's not the English page actually. Antifa.
Yeah, there definitely should be. But as
Oh, in English,
kind of
it's left-wing, anti-fascist, anti-radical, anti-racist political movement. Okay, anti-racist do different things. But yes, they fight that battle in a way that is not the best in my opinion. Yes, so that's it. That's
Indeed, like we said many times already, in this probably the other episodes more, but it's just you need debate for progress, for change, for uh, just improving a situation. You need a debate, and you need a political debate, and you need um yeah, an agreement. You need negotiations. That's just how it works. You cannot get something which are just with power, with strength, with violence. That's just it's not the kind of world that we've decided to live in, to build, to um, yeah. I mean,
no, it's not. We go
it's
against it.
yeah. It would be folly, to kind of go back to the the most powerful wins. I mean, obviously, it's still a case, and it gives a lot of bargaining power. But we decided the small country
No,
and big countries can all deserve to have a great life through debate and through um, yeah,
let's say
progress, and
okay.
just not having a central organization, not having a leader, not having an actual direction means not being able to have a real debate.
Yes, the point of Antifa is, at this point, they don't want the political debate. Okay, it's very clear that they don't want the political debate. Antifa is a very big group. If it wanted, it could be in parliaments. It could be in political positions to make a change in the correct way. Okay, they simply don't want it. So there may be an explanation. This may explain a lot of things. They want a way of solving problems that is not very acceptable. Okay, by
Yeah,
the by the world right now, the system the world decided to have. Okay, because you cannot fight fascism, but in the meantime you fucking become a fascist.
yeah,
That's not really
like
how
we've
it
seen
works. Okay,
last time.
yes, you cannot do it. You cannot do it. So yes, that's it. Okay, I think this topic can be concluded.
Yeah,
Drinking. Nice, fresh water. Now, I think we are at our semi-last topic.
yeah. I mean, we do have the little quote afterwards. I'll go quickly through it, but
Yes,
you
the
can
best topic of
conclude the
today.
last.
Okay,
Yeah.
so screen, showing stuff on screen. Okay, so now topic is a very controversial image, a news that came from our beloved Germany. Okay,
Yes.
that they want to pass a law under the
Hmm.
Working Time Act. I'm not gonna read it in the original language, but I'm trying. Arbeitszeitgesetz. Okay. Uh,
Un braccio alzato, la prossima volta.
no, no, non c'è nessun braccio alzato, semplicemente tedesco. That the rule, the main news in this act is to modify the standard rule of a maximum of 8 hours work per day by extending it up to 10 hours a day. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So they want to make everybody be slaves or something, work their ass off.
yes. The point, let's say, they want to. Sorry, I was reading stuff, but okay, I was wrong. I was reading the wrong thing. Uh, so they want to modify these actual laws, and they wanna start. They wanna change the system in a way where the limit is not per day, but it is per week. So there will be a weekly maximum hours, which will be aligned with the European standard work time. So an average of 48 hours limit. Okay, of course there's differences per job.
Yep.
So legally this will be the shift. So the work time will be considered weekly, not daily. This what does this mean? Well, this means that in a day it would be legal to work 10 hours or more, even 12 hours a day, depending on the situation. Uh, pa, 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 pam. Boy glue, base operation. This is seen from the people that support this idea as uh, a change about flexibility, okay, rather than making people work more. Of course,
Yes.
to focus on more on deadlines and more on project instead of just doing your 8 hours of work and you're done. It says that represent a more modern way of seeing the work. Okay. Of course, the
Yeah.
criticism are on the part that you can imagine that it will be too much charge on somebody's back. It will be too many hours, too long hours. There are people that can exploit the situation. So it's a situation where there could be pressure, let's say. Uh, so this is mostly what we're talking about today.
Yes,
Um,
and I think I think
the-
a part of the
sorry.
is also that if you do end up working more hours, you can end up like working more hours like weekly. Um, so long. Like I think there is like a limit of time in which your average needs to come back to 8 hours, like daily, and 48 hours max weekly. So even if you do exceed, so you can exceed like making sure then to balance it out. So in the sense that you would still get rest, and even if you work a lot,
Yes.
then eventually. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yes, over a period of 24 hours, it says right here. Okay, it's of 24
Uh,
weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's the point. So there is a lot of course, there's a lot of technical parts that describe night war. We are not going to discuss these things because we it's not the topic here. The point I wanted to make here was about the difference about just understanding reality and reality. I mean, like you working on a fucking restaurant in the
yeah.
services, restoration, and other also fields. Long hours are part of the normality, are part of the day-to-day habits.
Yes,
So in a way, these laws also probably tries and help regulate those type of behaviors. Okay, it's in a way they want to. This is my opinion. Okay, this is not something written. Okay, we can see the intention of the people who wrote this law. Let's make this clear. But it's a way to regulate those kind of behavior and look at the reality instead of the imaginary world where everybody in all Europe is only doing 8 hours of work and that's it. We know
yeah.
it's not fucking true. There are some fields that are more susceptible of these than others. For example, restoration, hotels, tourism, where the
Everything
hours
in hospitality,
sometimes
really.
hospitality. Yes, yes, hospitality is a good way to also there's hospitals, but I don't think stuff like that, shifts like that with nurses, doctors. Um, so yes, it's a way to address reality, and in if everything stays as it is, where this is what the law is trying to change, and there are not some unwritten bullshit, okay, or for example exploited by bad fucking assholes. It's just a positive change that looks at the reality. Where
Yeah.
the reality is there are jobs that need more hours to do something. It's more convenient for a person to, for an employer to just use the same people for the day to, because they know how the fucking day has gone. For example, in an hospital, uh, if there is a nurse changing, there's a nurse, there's emergency, there is staff, there's always chaos. What the fuck? You can't just quit your job half day and another will start at your point. You cannot. You need to
No.
look at reality and you need to say, okay, there are places where this is needed, and it's better that this need is made low instead of just handled how the fuck the employer wants. In a way, of course, in the respect that okay, I have the 48 slash 40 hours limit per week. That's it. That is all I want to say. It's and
No, I think I
of
think
course there's worrying. Of course there's fucking
Mhm.
worrying. Human being is shit, so there will be exploit. There will be this will be exploited. But what the fuck can you do? Uh, it's not that big of a deal actually. It's
no, I
you know
think I think this makes it could make it harder than indeed to exploit somebody, because I know that in hospitality the lack of possibility to work more hours um makes it so that you do not get paid for all the hours that you work for. Doesn't mean that after 8 hours you're like, oh guys, I'm sorry, you guys have to step out of the restaurant because I have to send my employees out like home. It does not work that way. It works that as long as the gas stays, You stay. You have to. So you do 12 hours in a row. You do 13. You do 14 hours in a row if you're a cook. And you have to make the mise en place from 7 a.m. and then you have to do lunch, and then you have to do the mise en place for dinner, and then you have to do the service of dinner. Um, so I absolutely think that this helps a lot with regulating salaries and the being able to pay for all the hours. Um, in the instance in which your employer does not want to fuck you over and does follow the law. But
Yes,
then
of
in
course,
that
we
case,
can.
the issue is not the law, it's the employer. So for the rest, I totally agree with you. I absolutely do.
It's not the
Okay.
real deal. People are trying to make it look like it,
Yeah.
addressing reality. And yes, it's okay. I think these topics can be concluded. So, drinking. Sorry, I forgot to drink. So nice, Santana. So now with finally the last and I would say best topic of today.
Yes.
Wait a second because I think I don't have a fucking source, a fucking shit to show on
I will
live.
send you.
No, I think I have it. I think you linked it.
Yeah, I did.
I will just click it. Here it is. Here he is. Okay, they're seeing it now. You go.
Lovely. So from Malaysia, we have great news or bad news, depending on your stance, political stance, and sexual orientation. Depending also on the job slash industry you worked, you could be more or less influenced. Um, so, work stress makes people gay. The internet has gone absolutely, woo, absolutely insane, absolutely mental with this quote. Work stress makes people gay. So, let's let's see what kind of debate, what discussions have come out of this. Many Malaysians lampoon the statement on social media with some sarcastically asking if the minister works hard in parliament since he has not seemingly turned gay. And so um, we can uh, I just want to go on with saying, according to South China Morning Post, Dr. Zulkifli Hassan, Malaysian Prime Minister, Malaysian Minister in the Prime Minister Department, sorry, not the Prime Minister, religious affairs. Yeah, I mean, this makes the claim a bit
Makes sense.
more, make, yeah, exactly. Lee said work stress, social influences, and a lack of religious practice as a primary contributor to what he termed LGBT related
Ma che parole ci
behaviors.
sono, Pasquale? Ma cosa? Ma che parole?
Ce li ho diversi io però.
Ti giuro, c'ho delle signore.
I have I have about kind of pissing yourself at night
Oh, nice.
apparently,
That's what I will
like
do after the
how
live stream.
I don't want to, what the fuck is this? Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, societal influence, sexual experience, work stress, and other personal factors come under this category of possible causes, Hassan said in a written parliamentary reply to a request by Siti Zaila Mod Yusuf, a lawmaker with the opposition Islamic Party. Um, so yeah, so the minister commented. The comments definitely went through inquiry by the LGBT friends.
Oh, there are a lot
Um,
of it in
yeah, in
Malaysia.
Malaysia, it's actually illegal to be gay. It's illegal for same sex. So there were plenty of arrests. Obviously, the trend has gone up since the it is a trend throughout the whole world. We're seeing more and more people joining the LGBT for societal reasons or because they finally can and they can be themselves. You can draw your own conclusions. Um, so obviously, social media, the public backlash, what we want. Um, Many Malaysian Laput, as first said, that he does not work hard enough since he's not sucking cocks already. Um, then we see by this logic, I'm generally shocked my entire office isn't gay by now, said one user. I know this is rage bait, but they low key got me considering the fact that I am stressed and I am bisexual. Another user joked. Um, then it reminds me of a meme when a man sitting in front of a computer shouts to his wife, "Hey Beth, I found something on the internet that every doctor and scientist in the world have missed." Joke the fourth. So pretty much, we have the socials going and having some fun. Some actually proposed a smart option where they suggested the government should increase minimum wage and lower the living costs, or adopt a 4-day work week to prevent the population from becoming more gay.
So it's
That's
positive.
smart. That's so
It's very
smart. That's so smart. Another issue then is misinformation spread by this. Obviously, I hope nobody, and I mean nobody, uh, gives it two thoughts on hearing this. Um, but indeed, kind of human rights groups such as Justice for Sisters. I am not familiar with this group myself. They call the claim to be misinformation. Claiming that this quote reinforces the assumption that being gay, being lesbian, being trans is something that you can revert. It's something caused by external components, external um, it's like stress influences, and
okay.
not something that you're born with, something that is part of yourself and your identity, um, which scientists and science verifies and agrees with. I would have to say that I do think the social aspect does play into it, into the culture and into the identity of the person that then shapes your sexuality as well. Uh, however, I must say I do not agree with the claim of um, yeah, the Malaysian minister claim. I do not think that it being gay is caused by work stress.
You say you don't say what's going.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think? Let's conclude this.
No, I very much
Let's
agree with
conclude
him.
this live with your opinion on
I
this
very much
very
agree
important
with it.
topic.
I think there should be less work hours. That
Yeah,
that is a thing. I agree. That is something I agree with. But other than that, I don't really agree with anything. He is Muslim, so we know what's the problem here. Religion. Yes, it's just bullshit.
I would like to
It's
specify
yeah, sorry.
that what he meant to say with, I know what the problem is religion. He meant to say that it's religious, the fact that he is religious, not the Islamic religion. But what he meant to say is that anybody that is religious
Yes,
is
no, no, that's what I say. No, no,
absolutely
just
brainwashed and
I just said
a ticket.
I said religion after I didn't continue with Muslim religion, but
No, no, no. Of
more
course, I just
general
meant
topic.
to specify that it
No, of
wasn't
course, I don't think people will be
to
offended.
it was aimed to also the Christians.
Yes,
Uh,
all religions, those religions that are against these more civil rights movements. Yes, there's not a lot to say here. He has a nice face. That's something I have to say positively about him. He's dressed
yeah,
quite good. I like the fit.
yeah, right.
It's is this a scarf? Is it a skirt? It's
Possibly.
okay. So
And
yes.
then he's talking bad. He's going against the LGBTQ
Sorry,
community.
didn't get it.
He's
Sorry.
already half in it. I said like he's talking
Oh,
against the
oh
LGBT
yeah.
community while being a half in it. It's
I
just
don't
must
fucking
be
know,
the
Pasquale. I
stress.
don't fucking know, man. This is no. This is funny. This is funny showing also always showing that there is a rest of the world that very more left activists um, don't really take in consideration when they always talk about westward, the Europe, USA, all bad, no civil rights, all everybody's against it. Look at these places, please. Look at these fucking places. Be fucking glad of the place
Yeah,
you were casually conceived in. Please be very appreciative of it. Please be. We are always lucky to be born in this part of the world because if not, you would be put in jail just for being yourself. Consider yourself lucky and sometimes consider shutting the fuck up. That is my thing. To consideration, I'm trying to make you think. But that's it. It's just this
And
was a stupid news. There's no point of view where this news is.
no, of course.
There's not a lot of way of seeing this topic
No, but
other
that's why
than the
we
one we shared.
yeah.
But yes, well, you can always find a good meaning in look at the rest of the world. Yeah. Something else to say? You have something else? We agree. Do you want to say something else?
Of
Wanna
course,
play?
I do definitely
Okay.
definitely agree that is
Okay.
it's
Okay. Okay.
absolute bullshit, and
Yeah, man.
it's important to read through things and to read into uh um
We have both
read
you were
what you
actually.
need, read what
Yeah.
you need in everything. And if something is absolute bullshit, then you know try to look for something that's like a little bit of perspective in it. And if something is absolute misinformation, that try to read through that
Well,
and read no as in through the misinformation and through the propaganda,
mm,
and try to gain a perspective on why and how, and you know that you can always learn from it, and you can always train your critical thought and thinking, even when you read through something that is like absolutely brainless like this.
yes. It's yeah. Well, I don't think this. I'm sorry. I would say I don't think nobody will fall for this bullshit, but
No, well,
no, no,
you're
no,
right.
no, 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 no. I'm saying the opposite. I'm not that confident on
No,
the
no,
intelligence of some people, so I'm never confident of people's intelligence. So we do our work. We say, okay, look into information. Don't believe
yeah.
everything you see online. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we should call it a day. I don't think we want to do Clash Royale today. We will do privately.
Yeah,
It's been how much? 1 hour 54 minutes. Wow,
man.
we were quick, 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 quick. So let's clap
It's
one
usually
last
one
time
minute and
for
fifty
our.
four seconds my
No,
time,
no,
but
no, 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 no. We don't share
all
this kind of
right, we
information.
cut and
Yes, on this terrible disappointment, I will wish you a good night. We'll
that is
wish
what
you
my
a
ex
good
used to
day.
say.
She wished you good night. Gentle.
Aw.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So bye bye. Go fuck yourself.
Pa pa para pa